did want to have a warning put out, right? Some of these videos are going to be, or can potentially be triggering. Some of these comments could lead you to finding out the truth. Okay, I said it. Thank you. I do not condone everything that's put in these Instagram clips. I don't support everything that's put in these Instagram clips, but I do follow the people that are on here that I'm showing you. Some of them are just friends of mine, peers of mine, but I just wanted to give you that prerequisite. Okay, there it is. I'm about to just start putting a warning fucking label for you guys. All right, here we go. Okay. Bernie Sanders. Okay. He was letting his be known. Let's see. Butch Ware, servant of the real, candidate for governor of California 2026, Green Party, candidate for VP in 24. Let's see. Rudolph Ware. Shout out to the brother, man. Out here standing on business all year. You can't tell that I'm standing on business this whole, like I'm standing on business. Shout out to JB. All right, guys, let me get to it. Sorry, I'm losing. Why is it going straight up there? Oh, there it is. Okay. Natalia Bryant, the model herself. Shout out to Natalia Bryant. She's been doing amazing things out here, putting on for herself and putting on for her family. This is a dope pic too. It's not clocking. It's not clocking. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. It's not clocking to you. Shout out to Lyrical Faith for sure.
But I want to check in on a couple of interrelated points. The first is understand that the United States government will proceed with full-scale military operations against Iran because we have given them the permission structure to undertake wildly unpopular genocidal wars throughout the Middle East through our 20 months of action. Secondly, nothing short of a general strike or regime change is going to do anything to remedy the current situation. Thirdly, if you are out there and able to give special needs or disabled care or donate that in order for me to be able to work a few hours a day without being stapled to this little menace whom I love so dearly, then please do so. I promise that as governor of the state of California, I will make sure that the state of California delivers on the needs of families with disabled children. Lastly,
he's talking about some real stuff though.
Energy from this past weekend is insanely dangerous because what will happen if this becomes
This is an OD graphic, by the way. Shout out to Hermano. Shout out to mi hermano, man. This is OD. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if we'll see this too often in the playoffs, but this is OD, y'all. Real talk. Shit crazy. This man led the whole 2024 playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and in threes. It's insane, man. Insane, brother. Insane.
I am Ariel Powers, WNBA champion and a co-owner of Team Liquid. If you don't know what Team Liquid is, it's one of the winningest esports organizations out there. I am a video game head. We are at BET Experience.
Shout out to Ariel Powers, y'all. We got to get her on stream.
But who I am on the video gaming side. I am Ariel Powers, WNBA champion and a co-owner of Team Liquid.
That's what's up. She really be hooping. Oh, nah, I gotta reach out to Ariel. I definitely gotta reach out to her. Shout out to Team Irving 11. That's what's up, man. You don't choose your life calling, your calling chooses you. You ain't lying, OG. You ain't lying. Shout out to Keith Lee, man. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Hey. Shorty hit me up late night on my cell phone. Someone's oh my gosh, dog. Told me that she feeling so good. Wow. You know, the thing about it is that when I see these videos now and I see like people screaming free Palestine and it being it's not a war cry, but it being a shout out to all of the loved ones and all of the individuals that are dealing with what's going on in Palestine, and also with the Israeli side of things as well. There is a lot of history that goes on between the understanding that we must have as human beings on what's happening. Like, everybody's going to have their personal opinion, but when these things happen, remember, this was like getting people in trouble. Like, some people weren't even invited back to concerts because they were screaming this. So I just pray that everybody understands that there are going to be a lot of people passionate about making sure that their ancestors are getting the justice. You guys got to really understand is that ancestors of these individuals, like, if you murdered millions of my ancestors and then I in turn start a group that counters the oppression or the warfare that you're putting up against me, that's a different conversation. And you know what I mean? That takes a lot of details, a lot of context, and it's a lot of generational history that's told verbally rather than it being written down. History is taught to us by the victors. It's taught to us by the people that did the killing, that did the murdering. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to tell the story their way. It's going to be how they perceive it. But again, I'm speaking from my perspective. When I learned that I was going to be on this type of platform, I had to make sure that I was aware that I wasn't speaking from an enraged standpoint, but more or less from a very poised, calm standpoint, so I can get my point across. I don't want you guys just seeing me yell all the time to say, hey, we need more equality in humanity. Hey, we need more fairness. It's like, yeah, that yelling, I could do that all the time, but in order for the youngins and the next generation to have their runway, we, meaning me, my generation, we have to clear the way for them. So we can't be afraid to stand up and speak out. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Jay McCain too. Boy, crazy little LA boy in his little Vans. Yeah, man. Shout out to Salim Stoudemire. Oh my gosh. Man, has anybody been paying attention to the mayoral race in New York? Andrew Cuomo's lead over Zoran Mamdani shrinking in the final stretch of the New York mayoral race. Only you can turn momentum into victory. Okay, let's do it. I can't wait to see what this turns out to be. I can't wait. That should be fun. By the way, I don't think that this gets enough love. The things that Michael Jordan pour some of his wealth into, especially to help people where he's from, I don't think he gets enough of his flowers, you guys. I know we know MJ for doing, amazing things on the court, but he's been an avid philanthropist for a minute. Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to the OG. I definitely love studying his craft, but to see how he turned his on-court success into a $1 billion business, in the way that he still captivates all you guys with the shoes that he puts out, it's amazing to see, and it's hard not to study and study that type of greatness. So shout out to him for really, having an idea of, how you attack this. Now, obviously, no leader is perfect. No hero of ours is perfect. So stop expecting people to be perfect. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. We all do things throughout our lives that not everybody agrees with. We a lot of this stuff that goes on, we get judged for it in a bigger fashion. That's fine, especially if you're someone's hero. You don't want to let anybody down, but that doesn't mean that you have to be stressed at life or treat it like, every day shouldn't be enjoyed. That's all I'm saying. All right. MJ is still an incredible player, but I feel like we dehumanize him by trying to expect him to be the same all the time when he's just a human. You know what I'm saying? When you meet your heroes, you understand that. Ain't nothing promised out here in this world, you guys. Shout out to D. Lillard. I pray that he's recovering well. More than a run. Shout out to Filet.
Some of y'all ain't discerning shit. Let's just be honest. You flinch. You flinch when love got too close. You flinch when softness look like
I love
a
this guy
setup.
right here,
You flinch
Justin
when
Scott.
someone didn't raise their voice to you, so you raised yours first, and that ain't discernment. That's the ghost of survival telling you the wind is a weapon. Flinching is really a nervous system memoir. I want y'all to understand it. It's a learned twitch. It's the way your ancestors
Okay,
flinched
I
at
got you. I'm gonna
doorknocks.
check all the whispers once
That's
I get
what
on
it
here.
is. It's the way your mama flinch at the phone ringing past midnight. Uh-oh, we inside now. It's the way that you flinch at good mornings like this scams. And then black men, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like I gotta be a man about it, but it's really I was never allowed to be a boy about it. We not done here. We're going in. We're going in on this one.
I love
and
him.
black women, flinching sounds like I don't need anybody, but it's really just and when I did. We're not choosing independence, we're reacting to abandonment. That's all it is, and it leads to a state of false discernment. Because discernment is not trauma that learned grammar. It's not suspicion dressed in Sunday clothes. It's not calling your triggers intuition because they learned to speak in your mother's tone, in your abuser's tone, in your father's tone. That is not intuition. Real discernment comes from peace, and that's the hardest thing for people to hear.
He said, real discernment comes from peace. Real discernment comes from peace. I don't think people realize what he was getting at. I know you guys do in the chat because you're the smartest ever. But discernment comes from peace. The ability to create peace in your life. It comes from changing the way that you view not only yourself, but your connection to the world. I can't stop every war that takes place. I can't change all systems at once. But I can take the next best step to do that every time. Like, I just got to be consistent with it. And that discernment is peace. Like, having discernment, being aware of the environment that you're in, being aware of who you are, like, it's so key. Being in different situations and knowing how to make decisions. I made some of my worst decisions not breathe when I wasn't breathing and when my nervous system wasn't regulated, or I didn't utilize the discernment to be able to make the best decision. You know what I mean? I get it. He definitely has a change in tune. He has a change in tone, but you got to understand he's going to grow over time. His message is going to grow, but the fact that it's reaching all of us should tell you something. We all identify with the truth in some sort of capacity. And the people that don't want to hear the truth and don't want to have anything to do with being compassionate towards other people and treating them with respect and not dehumanizing them, there's a little bit of a comfort zone there when we could all come together and discuss these things. That's what I'm trying to get at to you guys. You want to treat this like it's a normal Twitch stream, that's fine too. But there is going to be a point in this stream where we really get to I'm just saying it gets to the point where we got to make sure that we change over into a new era, a new timeline. It's just that time. I'm not going to overspeak here again. We're just going to listen to some of the points that he's making. But other than that, that's it.
From peace, not performance, not paranoia, because you can't trust your gut when your gut's been hungry for years. You can't trust your head when the only thing that it's been taught is safety through control. You can't trust that.
Why can't I share this to my story, though? I don't get it. Why can't I share this to my story?
You can't trust that information.
Oh, I'll share it. I'll share it one time. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow, I'm going to look at it.
Some of y'all think that you're hearing God, and it's just the last person who fucking hurt you. And here's the thing, right? Because flinching isn't just personal. It's a political architecture embedded in black people directly. We just gonna talk about the math. We flinched from organizing because coin ate our profits. We flinched from voting because we saw ballots burned and leaders gunned down.
Okay, so he's really getting at a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting at a whole bunch. I want you guys to realize that a lot of our struggles are connected. When you have different parts of the world, different countries that are dealing with some form of corruption that goes on within their government, or some type of colonial project ends up being taken over or takes over the people. You guys got to understand this too. Like, a lot of people don't talk about it within the generations that we're grown up in because we're afraid to. And that's what I think he's getting at, is like, we were afraid to organize because a lot of our movements have been infiltrated. And that's what I'm trying to get across to, even, you know, when I'm talking to young streamers, is don't allow anybody to infiltrate what we have. It's a multi-generational place. It's a multiracial place, but a lot of people don't operate in that space all the time. The elders that run governments, or a lot of the politicians that are corrupt, or old as fuck, excuse my language. A lot of them don't have anything else to add but taking money from taxpayers, or disrupting our peace by giving us laws and giving us, different bills that don't really impact the whole entire group. It only affects somebody or a certain type of group more than the others. And then we have these great divides, and then we have these racial biases going on. Now, mind you, the chat, I want you to know I'm not a political commentator. So some of the thoughts that I'm saying come from my own experiences in life, and then also being in the business of fame and celebritism and being a pro, right? I've seen a lot of things on a granular scale, and I've also been privileged to be put aside at times from racism. Like, I go down to the South, or I get some food, just because I am Kyrie Irving, there's a privilege there, right? I'm the safe, I'm the docile. That's what a lot of these industries were looking for back in the day, was the safe, not the ones that were radicals about saving their people or obliterating their people. They wanted to take the people that would just kind of just shut up and just do as told. And that just has been the tradition for how people have been treated, not only here in America, but across the world in different ways. Now, I'm fully aware of some certain aspects of my ancestors' drive to be liberated and how they went about it. Like, there were like a few other millionaires back in the day, like in the 1800s, Black millionaires in the early 1900s. That's something that we don't talk about as often. There was already wealth in our communities. And this isn't just a Black thing, you guys. This is just a true thing in human history. You can't just disregard someone else's efforts to be better and then tell them, like I get told every day, that we're 13% of the population, but we represent most of the crime here in America. That's just false, and that's just a complete irresponsibility with words. But I will say that shout out to all the people that prepared me for this: the Mahmoud Abdul-Roofs, the Craig Hodges. You obviously have Malcolm X, you have Martin Luther King, but then you also have Nat Turner. You also have Michael Brown. You also have Breonna Taylor. You also have plenty of people that didn't get a chance to live out majority of their life because it was cut short due to some form of violence. And that's why I'm so grateful of where I stand in a lot of this, because, what you're seeing on Instagram, this is probably the safer version of Twitter. I'll be honest with you. It probably is the safer version, because I know that a lot of the people that I follow on here, they're right on point a lot of things, but sometimes safe isn't always the right way to accomplish what you need and to shock the system of the world. Sometimes you need a little bit of, you know what I mean? So it was like a lot of things happen quickly. So we got to be able to change and be able to move. Okay. It doesn't mean that we're just being safe all the time. It just means that we're being aware of the social climate.
From unity, because every Black Messiah was crucified under 40.
Oh my God. Did you just hear him?
Flinched from home.
I'm gonna post this
white
tomorrow,
liberals taught us to confuse pity with progress. Flinching is how the system taught us to stay put without the change. That's all it is. It made us so reactionary that we confuse freedom with fighting forever. So now we vote with numb fingers, we protest with bruised throats, and choose chaos over change, because stillness feels like that.
You guys are speaking the truth in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. I am a writer. Hello. Appreciate you.
It means knowing what is a pressure point and what's a projection loop. It means remembering you're not on a plantation anymore, but your nervous system might be. So you don't need to police other Black people. You don't. You got other time today. Matter of fact, maybe you should have less time today. Cancel the PTO now. Because if you're spending your time policing other Black people, then you're doing nothing but policing decades and years of white supremacy that has been dumped upon you. That's all it is. It's an embrace of anti-Blackness. Because, but hold on. Because because we're not done. Because some of y'all flinch when at that I love you. Like it's a countdown to betrayal. You love people in small doses because you were raised on ration affection. Whose problem is that? Okay, you
Nah, he really spitting though,
just to feel like you're in control, you chase chaos because peace is unfamiliar, and you don't trust calm because it never came without a cost. You think you're discerning still, huh? You're just flinching with vocabulary. So here's the question that frees you, because we still got more time to spend. Can you tell the difference between discernment and defense? Discernment expands, flinching contracts. Natural, it's common sense, y'all. It's common sense, y'all. Discernment makes room for the soul. Flinching makes rules for survival. Discernment is God's whisper. Flinching is your ghost screaming. So I ask, right now, if you laid down your sword, could your spirit still stand? Or are you only able to rise with a blade in hand? Is that the only way we could do it? Because healing isn't about who gets in. It's about what part of you finally dares to come out. And discernment is internal. Period. I don't got nothing else to say about that. No more punctuation. Discernment is internal, not external. You're going to flinch from the world. You got to discern within yourself. Okay, then that don't mean you got to let everything happen.
I got
But
y'all.
sometimes
We're going to stream gaming soon, you guys.
knowing the voice of God is deeper. Right? Being able to recognize what God's voice actually sounds like. Right? In you, right? Understanding what kindness sounds like in you. That's discernment. And choosing between that other voice
I pray y'all
that's
listening,
telling
man.
you to grab
I pray that
thorns in
this
order to
reaches the
hold
brain
on
that
in
it
the wind.
deserves.
Do you
The
see
soul
what
that
I
it deserves.
mean? Okay, it is a different thing, completely different thing. I just want people to get it. This is a very serious post to me. Very serious post to me. Please understand this. Because it is deep. It is deep. It's deep and it matters. Some of y'all ain't
I love him, bro.
shit. Let's just be honest.
I love him,
My
bro.
son at Brown's practice today. He was excited. He was looking in awe. It's as if it's finally.
You're not the enemy, but if you're not questioning system you work in, you're not the liberator either.
Economic inequities, because I know there's such a wealth gap here in New Jersey. I mean, I understand for like blacks, maybe like 6,000, 7,000 annual income, and for the average white family, maybe as high as 300,000 on the average. Talk to us about these inequities.
Yeah, so in New Jersey, white family median household income is
No one miss.
$252,000
I got you.
net worth compared to a black family.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. $6,100.
Matthew,
we look at the
RTX,
elements
appreciate you,
of
brother.
Gross disparity. And
Appreciate you,
furthermore,
P with
we
a
look at
plug
our,
for
criminal
the
justice
rate.
system, where a black person is 12 times more likely than a white person to be incarcerated. A child in New Jersey, a black child, is 21 times more likely than a white child to be incarcerated. We spend over $300,000 per child to incarcerate them. As we look at around the country, but specifically in New
Shout out to
Jersey,
my little brother,
the history
AJ,
of
man.
slavery, there was a period of time around 1830 where nearly 66% of those enslaved in the North were enslaved in New Jersey. And we look at now the current disparities. That
I had
relates
no
back,
idea about this
to
history in New Jersey.
the foundation of this country, and it goes back to exposing that and how are we going to repair that.
Actual economic inequities, because I know.
What's going on? You good? All right. Okay. So they come in. So how many?
Like with my son, like it went super viral.
Early money.
Shout out to the
So,
hood
yo,
healer as well.
bro,
Well,
that-
shout out to Gilly as well.
46th Street out
And
west.
Wallow. Shout out to G
When I-
Herbo too, bro.
no.
I don't want to skip over them. Every person you come in contact with has something you need. Sometimes they have a relationship for you. Sometimes it's just a conversation. Some are sent to activate old wounds so you can finally address them. Some reflect your highest potential and serve as living inspiration. Some are teachers in disguise and cautionary tales. Some people are lifetimes, some people are seasons, but there are no random encounters in this carnation. Sometimes God uses people from your past and your present to course correct, to reflect where you've grown and where you still need grace. It's not always about closure. Sometimes it's about clarity. Sometimes it's about seeing how much you've healed, how differently you respond, how much you value yourself now. God will use familiar faces to test unfamiliar wisdom. In trauma psychology, relationships that cause extreme emotional reactions mirror early developmental wounds. The villain in your life is your greatest teacher. Certain people reflect back the unprocessed pain, unmet needs, and hidden beliefs we carry, and our emotional response to them is data. The way you respond, especially to strangers, is always a reflection of your own inner conflict, self-hate, and self-betrayal. People who are at war within themselves often wage war on others. I know that's a fucking fact. Excuse my language. People who are at war within themselves often wage war on others. Bro.
I ain't been speaking out on it or nothing like that. But right now, folks, I'm homeless at 17. And I don't know if I can tell
Definitely
folks.
gonna help him out. Don't you guys
y'all send me this joint right here, so you know I gotta do what I do. And I can't even hold you. This.
Wow. Boy got some shit on his feet. Let me see what this says. It says, indigenous people are most underrepresented in Hollywood, study finds. That is a very low percentage. All right, I got some work to do then. By the way, what do y'all think about these workout videos in the summer? All right, I got you. All right, Hoops. Kai, this is my last time for real. When you bored, check your DM, please. Send the heart phone. I got you, bro. I got you, okay? I got you. Danny Stem has rated you at a party of 96. Appreciate you.
The longest contiguous running Juneteenth celebration in the world.
Slaves in Limestone County found out about their freedom on June 19th, 1865.
It's a historic day, y'all.
10 o'clock in the morning. The slaves in Limestone County were freed at 10 o'clock in the morning. I love that fact that we actually know the actual time that the slaves were actually free.
Once the slaves were free, they bought 30 acres of land at Booker T. Washington Park at Comanche Crossing and celebrated ever since.
This is something that ex-slaves started. Intelligent ex-slaves started.
And now, the Limestone County 19th of June organization continues the days-long celebration.
We celebrate 3 days here in Mahia. We always celebrate the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
I'm about to start doing the same thing, y'all.
1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell? What the helly? What the Halliburton? What the pesos? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 25. Let's see the moment. He did it again and again and again and again.
I love bro, but yo.
And I love you.
Oh my gosh. Bruh. I love bro, dog. I'm not laughing at him. Don't click that, y'all. I'm not laughing at him. He really hit that shit. I'm not laughing at him, bro. Whew. Yo. I'm back.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell? What the helly? What the Halliburton? What the pesos? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 25. Let's see the moment. He did it again.
I got something for him, dog. I really got something for him. I got something for him, bro. I really
Chet
do.
block on Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is more athletic than most people on this planet. I put myself in that category. I was limited in certain finishes and all that shit. There was no way I would have saw Chet there and tried to one hand, one scoop lay up him. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You got that shit put out of bounds. I'm jumping through his fucking chest. I'm trying to dunk on him if I'm Obi Toppin.
When we look at 1920, there were 16 million acres of land. In present day, you look at there's only 2 million acres of black-owned land in the country. That's 14 million acres of land that has just disappeared from the black agricultural community.
black farmland lost in that 75-year period.
By the way, this is why I'm a farmer now, if you guys don't know. I appreciate you. I'm a farmer now. I own acres of land. I plan on growing my own food, having natural water running, having some livestock on there, obviously able to free range, but outside of doing what you guys think I'm doing and being on Twitter and being on social channels and stuff like that and being an NBA player and things of that nature, I am a farmer. I am building my own kind of festival grounds, I like to call them, my own sanctuary. Over the past few years, especially since COVID, I've definitely been preparing for not an existential crisis, but if something were to occur, I just want to be able to make sure I have food ready available. I have the coordinates readily available. And, it doesn't just apply to farming and agriculture. It applies to just the digital currency that's taking wind right now or taking precedent. That's very important. It's crazy that we just tap our phones for just purchases. So banking, financial institutions, understanding agriculture, learning more about some of the social economic systems that have been existent here for traditions for hundreds of years, and then also the political side of lawmakers and politicians doing what they do in Congress and stuff like that and voting. So I'm constantly thinking about how I can control my own ecosystem, from water, food, land. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to sell some of the land eventually to some great suitors, to some youngins that will be a part of my self-sustaining community. But that's my passion as well, outside of just creating art, being here for my family. It's creating this farmland, this agricultural environment where I know I can survive and my family can survive. And ultimately, you never know, I'll probably be selling some groceries to you guys in my own supermarket and my own deli grocery or my own corner store, or, different avenues to make sure my family and friends and my tribe is fed. So I'm definitely taking bits and pieces of my wealth and distributing it to things that I know will create that sustainability and ultimately reward me for being strategic on how, I'm going about my life. I don't want to be on earth and not know how to plant seeds or not know how to take care of my family as a man. I don't want to be in that position to be seen as a liability within my family where I can't take care of things. Now, there are things I'm not going to know about and there are things that I'm willing to learn about, of course. But for me, where I am now, right now, the focus is building, putting all my energy into building one project at a time, finishing it, completing it, and then moving on to the next thing. I think a tie into that is also All Even Sports Management that was started by my stepmother. She's my agent. We're always looking for the next generation of artists that are coming out. It doesn't matter if you play basketball. It doesn't matter if you do. What matters is you feeling the love that you deserve, that somebody wants to see you do well and wants to see you control your own narrative and control your career. So I'm teaching a lot of guys within the basketball space, a lot of my peers, when they ask me questions like, what are you doing outside the game? I tell them, like, not only my reading and increasing the capacity for me to download more information, but I'm also focused on making sure that there's a sustainable route or a blueprint that's created for the next generation to follow. We have all these millions that we're making it. And, I see a lot of my peers buy cars. I've been there, spend it on God knows what. I've been there. But now at 33 years old and as a young man raising my family, my primary focus is making sure they have a better life than I did, but also they understand the value of hard work and planting seeds and seeing something grow. All right. So, just look out for that. All Even Sports Management for our sports side, but we include all artistry in that. It's not just for sports management. When I'm done playing, I definitely will be helping manage different artists in different fields, mentoring different artists in different fields. Basically what I'm doing now, but I'll have a lot more time to be available. Okay. So while I'm focusing, being the best version of me, I also venture out to other avenues, whether it be real estate, whether it be agriculture, right? I'm naming all these things because there's also a bigger picture here, you know what I mean? And this is where I want to throw probably the first streamer festival. What you guys think about that? If we did a festival for streamers and all their supporters, what do you guys think about that? I know somebody's probably going to steal the idea, but I think a streamer festival would go crazy. Like everybody subbing up. You know what I mean? Everybody, like, I would definitely invest in putting on one of the biggest festivals of all time. Like concierge, hospitality, white glove, type of company is like that's my bread and butter. I enjoy throwing some of the best events. I enjoy throwing it with all of my peers included. Like when I say a streamer festival, it doesn't mean that it would just strictly be for streamers. I would definitely invite a lot of my brothers and sisters from around the world to make this dope. You know what I'm saying? So W's, dog. I'm definitely looking at definitely throwing it around. For sure. He's working on one? Oh, I'm definitely gonna hit him up. Don't worry about it. All right, let's keep watching this and then we can be done. We can move on to
$326
Battlefront.
billion.
Think about all of the wealth that has been extracted from these families.
Land was something that freed us and offered opportunity for us and our children to have something of our very own, to enjoy something that would last for generations.
That's it. You're building something that will last for generations. Yep.
Black people need space. They understand the legacy.
When we got here, we didn't have nothing. Every time we gained something, there's been a reaction to it.
Where do you go when you lose your land? This is something you put everything you had, and in spite of everything you did, it's gone.
I would hear people talking about going back to their land.
I thought, how can we engage in a way that actually makes a difference? So let's engage the Thurgood Marshall College Fund to engage Black law schools to get interns, to then go work for the Federation of Southern Cooperatives, helping Black folks keep title to the land that they have or get
Appreciate
good
all
title.
the international
I've heard the
love,
stories
guys.
throughout the
Appreciate
years, the things that my family had overcome, how we lost land. I want to invest the same time that I did in getting my education and passing it on to my kids one day.
We need to shift this idea about what it means even to have our hands in the soil.
This represents history. This is a part of family reunions. This land represents all that's good about our family.
Land represents generational wealth. When you can have that land and pass it on to your children, you're creating a reciprocating type of monetary payment to that family. But if you don't have that land structured right, you will not benefit from it.
Appreciate that. W Black Cowboy Coalition. Yo, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Nah, I got you. I hope that this is hitting.
What I told you on the bed. Tell them what I told you on the bed. You remember?
Let me see. You guys gotta understand. Let them do what they do, guys. We're every stream is gonna be different. You guys gotta understand that. Whoever they are at home saying what they're saying, you gotta understand there's a lot of NPC behavior in this world, okay? There's a lot of NPC behavior, you guys. We don't even know if they're real or not, if they're a bot. Just leave them be, trust me.
It's
a real flex is just being yourself in a world where people live for an image. They're living for an
Dion
image.
has already complained.
They're living for an image, guys. Chill. That's what I'm saying. Let them do their thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you guys. I swear to you, when you're seeing this in the chat, of course, yes, I see some of it, but at the same time, let them be. Their version of life, and I don't even know them personally, so I won't speak on it, but psychopathic behavior is normalized in today's world. And again, I'm not going to go into detail because I always have to make sure that I'm aware of who's watching, because this is a multi-generational, multi-age type of audience here, right? Some people are up late, some people aren't. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But let them be, you guys. I am anti-hate, right? I'm anti-hate speech. I'm anti-racist. I am all of these type of deliverables that should have taken place when I was a kid. I'm 33 years old. All the trolling and shit that I've went through over the past few years, I don't need protection. I appreciate you guys. I don't mean I don't need protection in general, right? I'm saying I don't need protection from the trolls in the comments. That's all I'm saying, tribe. Just enjoy the stream. If you want to call them out and respond, by all means. But please, please, please understand, I have a life lived on this earth, right? I have shared experience with you guys that you know about, but also there's a lot of things that you don't know about. Standing on my 10 toes and being who I am is all I'm focused on. All right, let them be. All right, W's in the chat for tribe. All right, Put some Twisted 11s in the chat. All right, let's just get shit straight. Y'all straight. We good. Take it easy. All right, there we go. Shout out to Steven Silver Brave as well, my brother.
Motivated from all the pain that you go through in the trenches, anything. You can do anything. That pain that you go through in the trenches, you know, loss of, you know, incarceration, loss.
That push.
Oh, man.
They give that push.
I got you.
You feel like can't nothing stop you, man. You just feel like unstoppable.
They come back from that loss. Whew. Give a nigga that push. I know I'm him. I know it.
I can't believe they. I mean,
I was just playing.
They blowing down in
possible,
the graveyard,
man.
bro.
Like,
Shit,
anything
crazy.
possible.
I respect it
Everything
though.
is possible.
I respect it.
Once you get motivated from all the pain that you go through in the trenches, anything. You can do anything.
Yeah, you're not lying.
I think I discovered the next Israeli GOAT. You might not know Ben Saraf yet, but NBA scouts definitely do. And after watching his film, I understand it now. I discovered Saraf after partnering with the EuroLeague and EuroCup to make engaging content like this. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that follow.
By the way, shout out to Dwayne, bro. Shout out to Dwayne, bro. We grew up playing together, and to see what he's doing now. Dwayne Morgan, man, West Orange, New Jersey, bro. Literally grew up right up the block from each other. Played outside all day, every day. It's amazing to see what he's doing, bro. Real talk. It's amazing, man. Shout out to him, man. See. Follow Joe Kim.
I thought me explaining my experiences down in the sundown town would have answered this question, but here we are. My name is Walt, founder of the Bristol English Project. If y'all could donate, please do so. And this is a 1925 Klan pamphlet. Now, one thing that sticks out about this Klan convention pamphlet is all the businesses that decided to advertise in it. And these businesses weren't just local, right? Not like the ones on Southport Street and the one down the road in North End. You had the lumber dealers down in Wellsville.
All right, guys.
Oil and gas supply.
Okay, we got a few more videos, guys. That's what's up, bro.
I refused to do anything but move quiet.
Shalom. I'm trying to do better at celebrating my accomplishments. So today I'm excited to share that my second book, Battle Cry,
I'm about to read
is
this.
now sold
Oh my gosh.
over 108,000 copies.
That's what's up.
And I want you to look at this.
Wow.
Silver
Mr.
bestseller
Jason
award.
Wilson, bro.
Over 100,000 copies sold.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Shout out to Jason
I learned
Wilson,
that
bro.
there were approximately 12,000 ships that brought 12.5 million Africans to the Americas. She got 12,000 ships. What I realized was that I could not tell you the name of a single one of those ships growing up, but I could tell you about the Mayflower, I could tell you about the Titanic, I could tell you about all these other ships that were considered important, but I couldn't name one of those. One of 12,000.
Think about it. I save all these and I'm gonna watch them. All right, yeah.
Dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them. What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are.
W. Dick Gregory, you
force
guys.
nobody else to wear them. What's dangerous?
He's speaking facts, you guys. All right, this is my favorite read. You guys can pick this up and order it. It's The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Great book, great read, quick read. It's about 200. Let me see. It is 200. You could always listen to it on audiobook too. It is 248 pages. This is why I named my my stream or my podcasting side Spook Signal podcast. I really wanted to make sure that this stream and this podcast, whatever it got released, was made for you guys, so you knew that always you knew this, that there was somebody out there looking out for you and doing their best to stand on the truth despite some of the constant obstacles that were put in their way or challenges put in their way. I've been criticized and ostracized for a lot of things unfairly. I don't take it for granted at all. Said Kawar, appreciate you. I think it's Saeed Kawar, appreciate you. But I wanted to make sure that you guys always knew there was somebody that was willing to give you the inside look into what's going on into broader world. I'm always going to say it to you guys so you understand me clearly. You at home that's listening, I pray that you understand this very clear if you've been rocking with me since the beginning, right? As we started the stream and also since I've started my streaming career. It's not easy being up here and then trying to not fall into PR train type of answers or PR train type of moments. When we're growing up, especially as athletes, we're taught how to avoid the pressing questions, to avoid certain times, the real life accountability. Sports hides a lot of shit. It distracts a lot of people at times. I love sports. I mean, you see today, I don't know if you guys saw the news, but you saw that the Lakers sold for $10 billion. A part of the Lakers sold for $10 billion. That made me question, am I in the right sport, to be honest with y'all? And y'all let me know. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sports definitely is a unifier. It can be a distraction at times, but sports is also a unifier. Did you see how much the Lakers sold for? That was crazy. I definitely hoop for the love. I hoop for the well-being of my family. But bro, 10 billion for like part of it. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That shit crazy. Bro, there are definitely other angles to make money, but damn, bro, 10 billion for not even the whole portion of the team, but just a piece. So deep, man. So deep, you guys.